And obviously she cut that home confinement tether off immediately. I think that is the record for how fast I've seen a tether cut off within hours of her release from custody. And so that's all I know about at this time in terms of new charges and new offenses and things like that.
All right, bond violation and sentencing will occur on July 1st, 2024.
July 1st.
Ma'am, you need to stop speaking out during the middle of court. Do you understand?
Rachel McDuffie for the people.
Assistant Public Defender Sandra White on behalf of Sandra Law. Ms. Law, can you get them to unmute you so you can state your name?
Sandra
Law.
Thank you. Ms. Law, your voice sounds so much better.
I'm sorry.
Your voice sounds so much better.
Yeah, I'm finally getting over the sickness. So
we're here for sentencing today.
Yes, Your Honor, I have reviewed the report with Ms. Law. We have no corrections, deletions, or additions. We do have a question to ask regarding the recommendation when you are ready.
All right. Let's address your question right now so that when Ms. McDuffie does her allocution, she can address that at the same time if it involves something she wants to speak of.
Yes, Your Honor, we just asked if she can continue with the medical marijuana card. Smoking with the medical, due to the having the medical marijuana card.
Ms. McDuffie.
Your Honor, I think that everybody here has said so much on this law already that at this point, there's not too much else for me except that I'm not Ms. Law's physician. I can't speak to her desire or need or any risk or benefits to her from consuming medical marijuana. Well, if we have the documentation for that, I can't recall that specific substance. Obviously, Ms. Law, she mentioned, has been sick for quite some time, including a lot of multiple respiratory issues. We had an issue with her needing to get prescriptions for her. If I'm not mistaken, I still don't think that I have current information for her prescriptions that are permitted, but we have had such a lack of testing compliance overall that I don't even have any updated results there either. But the last time we addressed that, I got a copy of her prescriptions that were valid from last year. So as it states in the report, we don't have results. We don't have valid prescriptions, at least current valid prescriptions. And I appreciate that Ms. Law is concerned about consuming medical marijuana, but she has a whole lot going on that needs to be addressed. I'm not going to express an objection to that. I'm just concerned about her overall smoking anything, basically with her respiratory issues. And had Ms. Law not been ill, she would have been, I think, already probably sentenced to jail and serving the rest of his term based on the noncompliance that we did have. So I'm glad to hear that she's getting better, but I don't know that she is. I think Ms. Law knows she has zero room to mess up, absolutely zero on this. She's already out of chances here. So I'll leave the rest to the courtroom.
Thank you. Ms. Law, what would you like to say?
I am aware of that, and I'm going to complete everything correctly. I am going to be in compliance 100%. I would have been in compliance if it wasn't for my health conditions that I was having. My doctor is aware of my medical marijuana card. It's for chronic pain that they have me on it for, which I've had since the delivery of one of my children. However, they are concerned about me when I was smoking cigarettes. So that's what they wanted me to quit. So, and then I have done being incarcerated, and I don't plan on continuing to smoke cigarettes. I'm not perfect. I can't say I will start smoking cigarettes again, but I'm going to try hardest not to. And I have no issues with being able to drop and pass my drops. And I did provide my attorney with my correct prescriptions last time we were in court, not when I was in here in jail. but the time before that. So she does have them. She has the slips from the pharmacy that you get when you pick up your prescriptions every month.
All right, thank you, Ms. Law.
You're very welcome. Thank you.
We've been doing this for 2 years, Ms. Law.
I know we have, and I'm sorry. I take responsibility for my own faults, that I did when I wasn't complying. But this last time around was not due to me non-complying. It was due to an illness. And I understand I'm out of chances, and you guys will have somebody who started off rough show you that they can fly straight.
Well, Ms. Law, I genuinely hope that what you're saying to me, you can do. I'm not going to question whether you mean it, because I think you do. I think you want to do it. My concern is whether or not your substance use disorder is going to be too strong for you to be able to complete this. But I want you to. I want you to, for you, for your family. You got people who, although they may be adults, are still relying on you. And I hope that you can hear in your own voice the improvement health-wise you're making by not smoking marijuana or actual cigarettes. But like you said, you're not perfect. So I know that, and this is a process. You've always thought that for some reason I have something against you, and I never have.
I understand
All I ever wanted for you was for you to be a better you.
I understand that.
So I'm going to follow this recommendation, and we'll continue to get to know each other better, Ms. Law.
Okay, thank you.
It is a sentence of this court that you serve 93 days in the Washington County Jail. Credit for 44 days served. The 49 days are suspended. 5 hours for a total of 40 hours of community service, 18 months on probation. You'll be eligible for early discharge if you do everything you're supposed to do after 9 months. Then you can get discharged. Fines and court costs in this case for a total of $525. I'm sorry, that's the wrong number. $725.
Can I say something? I do have 300 credit with you guys already. Can you make
Yes,
sure?
you do. You do. $30 per month probation oversight fee. Complete an assessment at Don Firm or its equivalent, and follow all recommendations. So sign a release of information and schedule that assessment within 1 week of this sentencing. You attend the armed substance use course for within 6 months.
What is that?
It's a course on substance use disorder, and probation will help you go over the details of that.
Okay.
You to report to the probation officer monthly via the online reporting platform. No use or possession of alcohol, marijuana, illegal drugs, drug paraphernalia, firearms, firearm components, ammunition, other dangerous weapons. You must drug and alcohol test 1 time per week or any other times as ordered by the court, probation, or police. Attend 12-step meetings for a minimum of 3 times per week and provide proof. You also need to get a sponsor. I'm ordering that you get a sponsor. So that's one thing I'm going to add. Okay. And you need to have that sponsor within 45 days. If you're attending those meetings and you get a home group, it should be easy for you to get a sponsor.
Okay.
If you have any problems with getting sponsored, please talk to me about that so we can figure out whether or not we need to extend that time for you. Okay.
Okay. Thank you.
You'll do a review in 60 days. That's going to be on July 22nd. 2024 at 10 o'clock.
And Your Honor, one more thing, I'm sorry.
Yes.
The prescriptions that we have, I have that, and even though it's from last fall, community corrections is the place that really needs that the most. They can speak on how current it needs to be, but she is being violated on those medications that are on that list because they don't have it. So I just want to ensure that she and her attorney get that over to them.
All right, then please make sure you get it over to them, okay?
Yes.
Ms. White, if you send that over, that would be good.
Okay, thank you.
Please contact probation tomorrow after 9 o'clock. Okay,
I sure will.
today.
2 years is a long time. Addiction is a life killer and has taken away too many family members from people. Like the judge said, it isn't about the defendant, it's about all the people that the defendant knows in their life and the people that need the defendant to be healthy physically and mentally. I know in life I've seen many people fall into drugs and their children suffer. They can see some of it but just can't snap out of it. It's easy to say that everyone's against you and that it's you against the world, but that's not the case. Most of the time people are wanting to help you and you're pushing them away. If not, it's either people are tired of the excuses or they have their own demons they're fighting and can't add your life drama to the mix. I wish there was a magic answer to solve all of this, but until there is, the best we can hope for is rehab while incarcerated, which we all know is a failure for most. All right, off to the next video.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Good morning, Your
Paul,
Honor.
but I didn't have the township. Sorry.
My apologies. Assistant Public Defender Sonia Chanel on behalf of Ms. Portia Elledge. Can you please have them unmute you, ma'am, and state your name for the record?
Is Portia Elledge?
Thank you. All right, Ms. Portia Elledge is here because of a bond violation. Ms. Portia Elledge is alleged to have cut her strap off and left it at the Speedway gas station at 3000 Carpenter Road in Ypsilanti Township here in Washtenaw County. And the tether was located, but not the defendant. So she's been missing since then.
That and some new cases, Your Honor.
Oh, wow. Look at that. All right. Ms. Chanel.
Thank you, Judge. We are requesting an adjournment in this matter due to the new charges with my client. We will also ask for a low cash bond at this time.
Well, I can answer the first one very clearly, no. As far as the adjournment, why would we be adjourning a tether? She cut a tether off. Are there charges arising out of the tether off?
There are no, I'm sorry, Ms. Chanel, I didn't mean to talk over you if you were going.
No, go ahead, Ms. McDuffie.
I don't know about any charges related to the tether at this time. They usually move pretty quickly, so I don't anticipate she's going to have that specific charge. However, Miss Elledge is up for a sentencing. And
I want to be adjourned.
Ma'am, I don't care that you want it to be adjourned. You don't get to
I
choose.
said I don't want to be.
Oh, okay. Good. Go ahead, Ms. McDuffie.
All right. So Miss Elledge is up for sentencing on her cocaine possession felony that was reduced to use as a misdemeanor. Since that time, she has a new case authorized, which is operating with the presence of a controlled substance, second offense, also cocaine. That is from December, but it was back from a period of time when she was on bench warrant status for these cases. So it would still be a bond violation there. She also has just from this past weekend, so just from Saturday. Currently, it's authorized as an assault and battery and a retail fraud second from Macy's, but I believe there are some additional charges, likely felony weapons charges coming from that report as well. It just wasn't able to be done in time for that particular arraignment. Ms. Elledge was ordered to report for 4 times monthly testing upon her release on this case the last time, and obviously she cut that home confinement tether off immediately. I think that is the record for how fast I've seen a tether cut off within hours of her release from custody. And so that's all I know about at this time in terms of new charges and new offenses and things like that.
So we have today the bond violation, and she needs to still get interviewed for sentencing. Is that correct?
That's correct, because when we saw her, they had a request for an emergency bond hearing because she wanted to get out of custody after the plea. So she was released right after that. We hadn't even gotten that far for assessments and interviews and things.
Yeah. All right, bond violation and sentencing will occur on July 1st, 2024.
July 1st.
Ma'am, you need to stop speaking out during the middle of court. Do you understand? Do you understand? Miss Ellich, do you hear me talking to you, ma'am? Just so you know, you can get another contempt. Any contempt proceeding will be consecutive, means stacked on top of what you have right now. Do you understand that?
Miss Elledge, can you hear the judge speaking?
No, I don't hear her.
She's speaking.
She hears me.
What did she say?
Stop talking and interrupting her.
Miss Ellich, I'm not going to play games with you. We already did this once. I told you very clearly that I already had someone who cut a tether off. You said you would not do that, and you did it in record time. July 1st, 2024 at 10 a.m. Bond is denied.
Thank you, Judge.
I'm going to adjourn the other matter over to that time as well.
No, deal with the situations now.
Miss Elledge, please.
We're gonna keep just sharing the food.
Nope, you can't keep talking out of context.
I'm done here.
All right.
I try to leave all my comments for the end of the video, but this lady made me decide to split it up a little bit because I wanted to focus in on her. She needs jail. She deserves jail. She needs to spend a little bit of time in there, try to figure out what life's about. Most likely she wasn't raised. Most likely she don't know how to act, and her life is doomed until she snaps out of it, until someone grabs her and forces her to act right, because she's not scared of consequences. And when you're not worried about consequences, you tend to do stupid stuff. I know when I was a kid, I knew about consequences, but still did dumb things. I couldn't imagine the things I would have done if I wasn't worried about any consequences. Anyways, you guys have a great day, and thank you for watching the videos.
That's it for today.